At ASTRA popping off, yet Xayah popping off in their orbs. This is going to be very exciting to see them now both hopefully come alive on this map as well. We know that at least ASTRA has been super consistent throughout this season of Impact already. Can Xayah deliver as well?
That is the question, and hopefully by the end of map 2, we've got some answers. Before we head into the pistol, Veerless, Na'Vi Javelins are now up against Guild 8 rounds to 1 on that second map.
I mean, that is Na'Vi's map pick, so I probably wouldn't expect anything less, but that is very dominant. Now, up here, a bit of a connector stack coming about. 3 CTs are up in here. Perhaps a bit of a hard read, because currently NIP, with the majority of their players, are also lining up.
Oh, good shot from Moraltis. You think the Glocks would prevail at close range, but look at the trades in the kill feed. A flurry of kills back and forth. ASTRA trying to make it out with the bomb as she does so, but it's still the player advantage for Team Spirit.
And she gets spotted at the time being as well, so they know they're going to be going out. The Team Spirit needs to reposition a bit as well. Where do they think that NIP is going to be heading? So far, looks to be into Monster. So they have a Tynka waiting, just jiggling, waiting for some contact to be made, not spotting in head just yet. And instead, they come from the left side. Good tag. And now you need to get that bomb down.
Oh, prioritization from jenkon. Wants to get rid of Tynka, and she will. That's huge, because now she's taking space beyond the bomb site. It looks like they wanted to maybe try and go towards A, but Sunside denies the first. ASTRA, now tail between her legs, looks to reset, but Jammy has made it in towards the water. That's going to be so unknown, or is it? ASTRA with a dink, and the follow-up, 1 versus 1.
She knows exactly where the last player is going to be coming from, so this is huge. But 15 seconds, there is a smoke. Could be a bit of a lifeline here for ASTRA. Just has to plant that bomb. Here's the drop down now, and now you need to be careful. Which side you're going to be peeking to rush a job, but take the high ground. But instead, the HP favoring Sunside, so only a single tag was already good enough.
Yeah, awesome stuff. Really well played. NIP, I feel like they overcomplicated it just a tad. As soon as the kill came in here on Tynka, I thought, okay, that's clever. Jenkon's now got the space. She can hold for the CT rotates. I think ASTRA was maybe thinking about planting for heaven for jenkon. But instead, they decided to group up and try and reroute A, and they walked straight into Sunside.
Nonetheless, though, on the back of a bomb plant, NIP will be going for this force bite. And honestly, with the Galils that are up on the table, they certainly have a very good shot of trying to make things costly and ultimately try and see if they can win out the round. Turn the tide already. Now, Jammy is having a very fast forward positioning here. Needs to be careful. There is 3 players waiting around this corner, and instead looks the wrong way. Perhaps expecting another player to peek, but no, instead all of them coming out of playground.
Yeah, she was expecting a flash. Heard the pin being pulled, but instead it was for over long. Nayomy clears a close corner. Now the foot race is on. A race up long. So much space being taken. As you can see, nothing in towards short. Xayah resides in top connector.
For the time being, they are able to delay. 3 of them stuck behind that smoke. And 2 more coming in from bathroom. That's a great chunk of fire being used. Moraltis, though, will continue to fight and stay alive. That's actually a second one. That is huge coming out of Team Spirit. And maybe Xayah grabs this. Now it's a 2-on-2.
Perfect. The fact that Moraltis gets 2 kills makes this retake possible. pauliiee going for Tynka, will trade. And now she has to follow in the footsteps. Goes down in towards bank. Knows that Xayah was out towards connector. And I like this. You're holding the cross. Sees the jump up. Incendiary drops on the bomb. Here's a 10-second stick. Forces her off it. Xayah needs to go close range with the MP9. But pauliiee delivers. 1 versus 2. NIP win the force buy.
This is exactly how you want that to be playing out. NIP deliver really well. Already the openings is really what made a difference. over towards middle and then eventually creeping out of long and honestly playing at the numbers game. Moraltis, though, did one hell of a job in order to still make it possible to sort of crawl back into the round, but ultimately the damage and the timer was working in NIP's favor.
Game face on for pauliiee and for NIP. Another force buy coming in, of course. The way this works is that every team is going to be buying until one of them wins 2 rounds in a row. That's going to completely reset the economy. For NIP, if they knock Team Spirit down here, it's a fantastic start to the T side.
Jenkon is already clearing some corners. That's the first. No, instead, Moraltis. This time, she's lurking over towards the B-bomb site. A good kill. Now, pressure's being delivered. Jammy does that one, but the numbers are being made equal. And especially with those kills being taken up on long, I'm not too sure. I don't think that Team Spirit can really recover any weapons unless they're really going overexpose themselves. So ultimately, Team Spirit will still have to fight with only a single mech 10 and the rest still on deagles.
What an awesome smoke by Astra. Just as she's leaving long, she throws a lurk smoke in. And that keeps Team Spirit there for valuable seconds. However, Moraltis is a first responder on the scene of B. Tynka here as well. As long as they take these fights together and not one by one, this is where it can be successful. But Moraltis gets overwhelmed. Tynka next up to try and swing in. I think she might be trying to wait for Sunside for her flank over towards Monster.
Astra's currently not holding this, so this time it might actually be working out. She does turn around. Tynka is still a bit quicker though. Now Nayomy put on the pressure, and Tynka just grabs the second wall as well. This is absolutely insane. It is Team Spirit who are able to crawl back on the back of some pistols. And honestly, Moraltis was doing a great job by getting that first kill up on the side, and Tynka just clutching it out here.
What a huge round by Tynka. Essential. Keeps Team Spirit alive in this. Look, it's a bomb plant, and it's 3 kills. It should be another force buy. You know the economy is quite low for Team Spirit. And yeah, that's exactly what's happening. Full Kevlar, Galil on Nayomy. But that economy is starting to tick down for NIP. The fact that they've been relegated, 4 of them to pistols, is a little bit concerning.
Yeah, that means NIP is now up on the pistols as well. You thought that was the opportunity for them to build some bank. Now, pauliiee, struggling there. Flashes deep, and now Moraltis pushes herself right in front of it. Astra on the potential for a trade. That is really nice. And maybe a bit of space for her to pick up the FAMAS as well.
Yeah, heard Moraltis falling back. And does deliver. Very dynamic, these rotations out of Team Spirit. Not really sure where they're going to head. Jammy starts to push forward Monster, but that's to her demise. That's another rifle that could be picked up.
And now, immediately a push coming out of B. They want to pick up the pace. Sunside and Zaya are both here, and they're doing one hell of a job of holding back this push. Astra now just alone with a Tech 9 in hand. She does have armor. She already grabbed a kill and is tapping away. 2 players tagged, but not another kill, and Team Spirit will convert. Now 3 up on the table.
That's really nice communication coming out of Spirit. Because Sunside was about to face immediately, but instead just tucks behind the pillar, waits for the contact to come out heaven from Zaya, and then she can swing. She's the unknown entity and delivers on her promise. 3 essential kills, and that breaks the bank for NIP. It has to be a save.
Oh, look at the knee damage. That is nuts. Oh, man. You love to see that. Nayomy will go down in flames as well. And so far, looks for another clean round here coming out of Team Spirit. They're struggling a little bit there in bathroom, but it's only Astra who's good for a kill thus far. Now, at least an M4 in her hand. And it will take things a bit slower. Try to fall back, maybe your flank is up. You don't know.
I think the play now is just to reset long, wait until you've got like 30 seconds left on the clock, and then try and go for a bomb plant. I think like that's the aim. Because Team Spirit, they're going to split 2-2. Taking a look at the positions here as well, there's no utility. Astra's got a smoke that she could maybe throw down and deny some presence. But right now, all NIP are doing are holding for overcommitments. If they don't see anything, which Team Spirit shouldn't give them anything, then they have to commit in towards long and try and plant the bomb.
No one is actively holding it. Tynka mainly looking to reply from now. The angle gets checked, but no, as soon as she moves, oh, there we go. The timing does work out in Tynka's favor, and of course, with the communication that is there, Xayah can pick up the ladder kill. So, once again, looks very solid. For the majority, it is clean, starting to slowly stack up as far as economy goes as well. And now NIP, after actually stealing back around, they've been sort of flattening out here, and that means that right here, up on that buy round, something needs to change.
Guild stole another round. However, Na'Vi have got 13 of them. First half ends 13-2 to Na'Vi Javelins.
Oh, that is definitely quite the rough scoreline. Ultimately, you know, Na'Vi has been conquering the season so far, so it's good to see that they are not slacking whatsoever.
Oh, that's
now.
timing. Jammy does deal with pauliiee. Jenkon resets. Oh, but she gets crunched upon. Perfect execution. Coming in from Team Spirit. Oh. Astra, it's a team kill. 1 versus 2.
The panic. You want to get those kills so bad, and now you need to be checking so many angles. There is still a Moraltis waiting behind the pillar. And with this, a great recovery. Already Jammy's positioning over in connector, and the way she was able to work around it. 2 kills, and then Tynka came in with 2 as well. Very nicely done. And immediately sent Ninjas back to the drawing board, back to around 3k left in their banks. Struggling, hoping for more rounds.
This is wild. That round hinged so much on timing, because if pauliiee gets that kill on towards Jammy and connector, Jenkon's completely unknown. Tech9's gunning it all the way. This is Vegas Squadron-esque. Straight up con with the Tech9s. You go straight up divider, although they've actually reset. And Jammy finds information. Xayah is here as well. And now look at this crossfire being established. Moraltis taking first contact. Tynka, though, is close. And through the smoke they go in. But pauliiee overwhelms with the Tech9. This is all falling apart for Team Spirit.
Bomb plant secured. That already in itself is a very big win. And now with Astra up on an AK. Big potential up ahead. Oh, no. Miston's injury, so they want to see... Yeah, what can you do now? There is one more in your hands, but Kiara up on a close angle. That's another one to be taken home. Information is up, and now Astra can swing. Xayah up on an AWP as well. She sort of needs to fire with a pistol in hand, which means this is a very awkward situation. Astra tries to pre-fire, but now, is there enough time? Xayah still needs to crawl through the water in order to get upon that defuse. And now, can she get it? Oh, yes, she will. Down to the wire, but Spirit get away with it.
And that is as close as it gets. Astra, you can see she's tucking in. She wants to make sure that she's burning valuable seconds. And that has to be like 0.5, 0.02, something like that. Crazy. Last possible moment to get on the defuse. Xayah manages it. And Team Spirit, they keep on building. But NIP look dangerous on just pistols.
Nothing being spotted here by Xayah. Will take a bit more of a passive angle instead. Maybe look to shift in towards long. Obviously, those flashes certainly were heard. Though on the flip side, Astra, of course, with an op of her own, especially on the back of those kills, she's able to afford that with a nice chunk of user around it as well. And now they're looking to take it.
Up long has always been a very consistent gap that Spirit have left open. So it makes sense for a gun round to kind of go for this. Flashbang being lined up for toilets. Jammy on the edge of the smoke deals with the first. Kiara and gets out of dodge.
Bit hesitant to make a move, and now actually with 35 seconds the bomb, look at where it is. They still need to pick it up. We have, I think, pauliiee going into connector to pick it up, but that means a lot of time being wasted, and then Team Spirit can hang on to the last couple of pieces of utility for the time being. Fire being used on short, that's no entry, and instead we'll have to come out here on A. 3 of them are here, but it's very low in time. At least the first 2 openings go the way of NRP, but maybe Zaya can shut it down with 2 kills, almost a third. In now 4 seconds, there's no way that that bomb can go down. And around, once again, it gets stolen. But honestly, it's down to a lot of mistakes happening on the NIP side.
Yeah, so what they wanted to do was they wanted Jenkon to go through short and try and pull rotations with like 25 seconds left. Issue is, where they've not been applying too much pressure over the map, NIP Spirit have done a really good job at holding their utility. So Incendiary goes down, Nade goes down, Jenkon has to try and push on through. And by that point, you've got to commit in if you're NIP. And it just does not happen. 7 rounds plays 1. This is looking so dominant yet again. First half performances from Spirit looking uncontestable.
Oh, a bit of a push coming out of Team Spirit. Kiara needs to be careful, because there are some eyes that are lurking and to try and catch her out. But she can escape for the time being. Now, at the same time, NIP looking to make a move over towards this B-bomb site, and so far, no one actively holding it. But then again, crossfires are into play as Moraltis just waiting as soon as a head pops out. Quick flashbang in. And now they want to take the side. Nayomy grabs the first, even before being blinded. Now Tynka, how much more can she deliver? Sadly, not another. And that kill, it's all in favor of NIP once more.
I think that's the exit strategy now. Oh, my goodness me. Zaya tags Kiara. But there's no more kills. And they have to escape. Again, I want to just really draw attention to the money for Spirit. Jammy, nothing. Moraltis, 600. It's really limited across the board for the CT side because these rounds have been running quite close. Damage done all throughout. It's just the score at the top that matters. It will be a second on the board for NIP, and there's room to grow into this half. I have a little bit of disbelief as well. That shot onto Moraltis was freakish in nature. That was unbelievable. And in actual fact, the crossfire that they were holding, one in towards close water, holding for bridge, one far back, holding for barrel, where it's such an off angle, that's what actually my favorite crossfire in order to hold B. I think it's so effective, especially when you've got an SMG, but they just get really overwhelmed. NIP handle it.
So on the flip side, we had, of course, Navi Javelins against Guild going on, but by the time that we are now, well, not even close to getting into the second half, but Navi against Guild has already finished. Navi managed to secure that second map, 16-4, even more dominant than that very first map. So yeah, I think so far, very, very well-deserved win.
Yeah, not bad, is it? 16-4 is quite the statement. And they continue their winning streak in Group B. Meanwhile, in Group A, Ninjas have really been tested. edged it out on Mirage. Now down a deficit. It is T-side overpass after all, so you can take this scoreline with a little bit of a pinch of salt. But NIP need to build into it to give themselves a little bit of a lifeline. Take a look at this as well. Astra holding for Xayah. Xayah walks straight into the guillotine. Well, that's difficult as well, because you can't really recover that.
They're getting a bit desperate for it, though. Moraltis looking to take a peek. It's been guarded, though. Astra is here, and there's, of course, no flashbang. Oh, but a missed shot. But there we go. Second one won't miss, but the weapon is in the hands of Sunside.
I like this. This is a very calm, patient approach from NIP. This was how they were winning some of the rounds on Mirage. It's led in spirit, make the mistakes here, especially with the limited investment. You just bring forward the rifles that you saved over, boost coming in as well. You can see on A. But NIP is pack mentality. It's all grouping. And I tell you what, if you are Sunside here with your kit, with your M4, you don't contest this at all. And yeah, she is already escaping. Has to be another save. Going to be a third on the board for NIP.
At least, you know, this is good. NIP are able to win consecutive rounds. That's a way back into this first half. And ultimately, I think if they can crawl back from a 10-5 scoreline on Mirage, then I have good faith. And especially NIP tends to come alive on those CT sides. I wouldn't really count them out just yet, but once again, Team Spirit definitely make things very scary looking. And have a bit of wiggle room to work with.
When you typically look at numbers that you'd consider quite effective, quite reasonable to bring forward on the T side, you look to, I'd say, 6. You can get 6 rounds on your T side of Overpass. That's a very good half. NIP halfway there. Orb out. Uncontested for Astra. Xayah doesn't have one. And a big feature of Xayah's impact is heavily reliant on that sniper. So it'd be interesting to see how Astra will be able to work these advantages. A faster play, this time out towards short. Xayah, good spam. pauliee's gone.
Good opening already. And how will NIP respond? Obviously, there's a very lack of utility on the side of Team Spirit, so there's not that much they can use in order to keep NIP at bay. That means that they need to get a move on and put that pressure back on the lid of Team Spirit. There is a player up close. Now, Astra is holding for a bit deeper, so I'm not sure if they're going to be expecting her to be here. Oh, a bit of a... Oh, what?
Okay. Overlooked. And Jammy completely punishes. It wasn't a fake flash with the bomb. It was just a little bit of a fumble. Now jenkon holding for the rotates, but Tynka deals with her. This round has been a little bit of a mistake for NIP. And Jammy takes full advantage of it. Team Spirit will win out the half. It's 8 rounds to 3. Next question is, how many can they achieve? And how many can they just subject NIP to? At the moment, a minimum of 3.
Yeah, this is definitely... Every single time I think, all right, NIP is going to crawl right back. It's these little mistakes that sort of cost them at the very end. I thought for a second they were going to fade flash with the bomb, but no. It was just pure chaos happening over towards long. And now instead, I need to find answers and really quick. Because ultimately, sure, with 5 rounds up on the table, that is still combat territory, but with 3 it is gonna be very tricky. And there is still a couple of more rounds here to be playing for. So let's see, what is the strategy for NIP going to be so far? Looks to be a contact play out of this B-bomb set. I've had some success, especially in the earlier stages. And now lighting everything up.
We've not seen them go for a pure execute yet. Molly's in for close barrels. Moraltis gets overwhelmed. Tynka up and over, only with 1. Nayomy and Kiara, it's the twins again with entry prowess. and the bomb can make its way through. There's a massive gap in this smoke, but no one is actually subjecting themselves to that peak. Xayah, oh, nearly finds Kiara.
Oh, all right, there we go. That's a way back in. And now the rest need to come alive. Sunset finds Kiara. Jenkon, bit of a misspray initially, but finds a kill. And finally, not quite a second going now. Nayomy, she had the clutch potential earlier, but now can't quite deliver in the same spirit. It is on the flip side, Jammy and Xayah. And once again, Xayah just delivering. The first initial kill almost went her way as well. And this is very scary looking. We have 3 players over 10 kills. Tynka, Jammy, and Xayah. And it's good to see that Jammy is delivering on this map as well. Last map wasn't just a fluke.
What's your timeouts, NIP? We should be on timeout number 2 or number 3 at this point. Because they're getting good ground onto the bomb site. That was the correct play to go for an execute. The entries were sublime. But then they really just overexposed themselves. Know that the heaven smoke missed, and then once it dissipated, Xayah has free reign. And look at the counter. Team Spirit recognized that they need reinforcements over at B. Nayomy probably spotted. And in fact, they're going to be crunched upon. Look at this. They're not accounting for it. Tynka just walks in dry.
Backs are turned. Nothing that NIP can do. And now you are in a very tricky situation. You could flash up, but you make yourselves known. But going in dry is very difficult. The shadow, it gets spotted. Xayah looks to flick upon another. That won't quite be the case. But there is so much CT presence already here. And from the get-go, they had a very good straight-up read. They were already there with 4 players at the beginning of the round, expecting another B push. And it has been B every single round now for the last 4 or 5 or so. So at the moment, you know, this is a very good setup. And it doesn't even take that much effort because, honestly, it was NIP not really using the util that they had in mind. Maybe they want to keep up the surprise factor. But losing 2 early players, you need to use that util in order to get back the advantages.
It's small mistakes just trickling in from NIP. We've seen the one out towards long where the bomb was accidentally thrown and Jammy gets a 3K. That one, Tynka, has not been accounted for in short and just finds 2 for absolutely nothing. And they are devastating mistakes and they are being punished. Jammy, oh, deploys a smoke, spam, goes the other way. Kiara with the opener.
Now we need to capitalize, put that pressure up on Xayah. She is not by herself, but in a very tricky spot. Can't quite kick towards long. But that also means both the CTs, their eyes up on the same choke point and are a bit hesitant to continue to pull through this.
There's one smoke. Just one. On Astra. There are mollies that can land in at truck and over towards bank. But timer, it is a factor. It looks like they will be lined up now and thrown, but you need to get going here if you're NIP.
Sunside burning, Xayah as well. They need to be careful, and that's both of them taken out. This is exactly the execution that you need to see coming. Still though, they managed to crunch the site with only 15 seconds left, so every single time it does come down to the wire. Only this time it does favor NIP. So Moraltis, Tynka will have to back off. Not quite worth going for this. But yeah, good recovery. And now NIP, ultimately you want to grab that last round of the half as well.
Yeah, much better. Much better. Taking a pause, taking a breath. And then NIP execute. They molly all of the key choke points, as mentioned, bank, truck, and the entry in. And the pathways do the rest. 10-4. 5 would be, well, probably ideal at this point. It just gives you a little bit of a lifeline. I set the target as 6. 5, it's not too far from it. But Team Spirit they look phenomenal on this CT side.
How much power is still in the hands of NIP? The money certainly is there. You have seen the confidence starting to resurge as well, but certainly Team Spirit is not backing out of this one just yet. Zaya goes for a bit of an aggressive peek, but on the back of the smoke's being there, needs to fall on back. Not quite worth just overextending yourself, but Jammy at the flip side spots pauliiee in connector, and with that door being open, need to be a bit careful.
Yeah, looks like they're going to try and split here. Oh, Jammy tried to escape. But pauliiee will find her. NOP actually going to reset. They've seen this reaction before. As soon as contact's taken in from Jammy, Spirit push short. So instead, it's a reset up towards toilets. It's going to be another A play.
That was just so unfortunate. Moraltis team flashing Jammy there. And little mistakes might cost you the round. But there's a good setup here towards A. Zaya jiggling a bit between both angles. One side goes for a peek. Not expecting maybe both of them, but instead will spot the shoulders. And Nayomy and Astra not ready for it at all.
Oh, they're lining up utility. Sunside capitalizes, and that can just really snowball everything. Low HP on jenkon, and she's known. Good flashbang, but Sunside delivers an important quad kill. 11 at the turn of the half for Team Spirit as they look to bounce back on Overpass. Another dominant first half display by Team Spirit. This time, can they get it over the line and force us to that decider of Inferno? Looks pretty good at 11-4, but at 10-5 last map, NIP closed it out.
And that means NIP certainly, there is a lot to be fighting for, but last time they got the pistol, got 5 rounds in a row. And if they do something similar, like they've done on Mirage, then honestly, anything is still possible. Jenkon outspots already a lot younger players over towards long. Sort of forced to fall back in order to get their teammates with her, get the rotation going.
Slow down. A lot of map control gathered. Nayomy jump in, spotting players out long. With that smoke going in, the intention is pretty clear for Team Spirit. Or is it a little bit of a diversion? Faking, coming on over. Jenkins spots this as they head down connector. Moraltis starts to walk out monster. pauliiee under a lot of pressure.
Oh, that's a great kill though. Nayomy finds one, pauliiee another. And suddenly pressure is up on Team Spirit. The numbers favoring NIP for the time being. And a drop bomb in the middle of the site. It's making things very tricky right now for the T's. As they try to crawl, as they try and separate these CTs from one another, but they're fighting together, they're standing tall, but Tynka finds at least one, and now pauliiee all by herself tries to find some heads. It's so difficult, needs to reload, and now what more can you do? Trying to overwhelm, and the job is done. Tynka once again the hero of the round, and makes it 12 for Team Spirit.
Absolutely huge impact from Tynka. Just when you think NIP are coming into it, I don't understand how it turns into a 4 versus 2. And then, but Tynka just keeps tapping away, keeps finding these openings, just keeps on fighting. Belief in her bullets. And Team Spirit get a valuable pistol, take a timeout because they don't want to make any mistakes. They want to close this out and see us to Inferno.
Immediately a timeout being called, in fact, of Team Spirit. And ultimately, you know, this is your shot. Close it out and get yourself ready for that decider. And it's very exciting because both teams play Inferno as well. So if we get another closer map, oh, I'm very much looking forward to that. If, of course, that is going to be the case. We have a force now coming out of NIP. Ultimately, you know, you need to fight back. Something needs to change right now. And even though you are not going to be having the best fight ever, yeah, if it's not going to happen now, then is it going to be happening at all?
You raised a good point. I see the decision making behind the force buy. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I would like them to have saved and then go for the buy as soon as possible, go for the M4s. But who knows? Maybe. I don't really know anything because these Deagles pack a serious punch and Spirit needs to be careful because if they walk into the stack, that's where it could get dicey. Sunside peeking out towards Divider. Astra is in long toilets and could blindside.
A lot of noise being made here afterwards. Be a bit of a distraction here, perhaps, as that bomb is slowly out. In fact, looking to go in towards long. That is where Kiara is holding. Oh, the timing will be actually perfect. That's the first, not quite the second, but the damage has been done. And now, how much pressure can NIP put on this T site? Sunset certainly is aware, but from behind comes the backup. Jammy with the kill upon Kiara.
Yeah, and actually they're going to go back, reset in towards B. Moraltis could be caught off guard here. Depends on Jenkins' positioning, but no. Moraltis wins out the fight. There's another player at the back of the site, Nayomy, but she won't stop the bomb being planted.
Boost will come out. We'll spot one player. Oh, and the same can be said for the second one. Not quite the kill. The shot's not hitting as what they want to. pauliiee at least will grab one, and Nayomy with another trade. But still, not a weapon in her hands. How much more damage can she do? Sadly, not more. But ultimately, this was still a good effort. But at the end of the day, NIP, no money in the bank. And they're almost 10 rounds down in comparison to Team Spirit.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying what I'm seeing out of Team Spirit because everything they do on the T side is with purpose and with intent. And everyone's on the same page. If the mid round, if a player goes, actually, I think we've got a timing out towards B. Let's go B. Everyone resets. Everyone moves as a unit. There's really good trade spacing, no matter where it is on the map. And yeah, I've been seriously impressed. And we go on to Inferno potentially for our decider map. I think it looks pretty likely at the moment, given how Team Spirit are playing. And that map is essential with your fundamentals. And given that NIP have got really good fundamentals of Spirit and now showing that they've got what it takes as well, Inferno, well, all the best series are decided on it. And that is set and poised to be an absolute banger.
Team Spirit taking very slow, looking to set up util here. But there's a stack coming out of NIP, so you need to be super careful of how you're going to be executing this. There we go. Flash comes out. Yeah, people have to look away, but Nayomy, I'm not sure how she still managed to get that first kill. A good nade, though, being thrown.
No.
Nayomy just continues. I'm not sure how. All right, they eventually do the cleanup duty. Moraltis with 3 there up on the Mech 10. But, hello, Nayomy. Not sure what's happening.
Somebody check her PC. But in actual fact, it is normally. It's ridiculous. 3 kills on the Deagle. But now this is what I've been waiting for. NIP out on the buy. Another timeout. Perfect time to use it. You know that the investment's coming in. If you're Spirit, get the coach on the line. How do we address this gun round? How do we make sure it goes 15-4 and there's no chance for NIP to come back?
Yeah, honestly, it needs to happen right here. But even then, so you want to win 10 rounds in a row. And that is one hell of a task. We have seen a good chunk of it already on Mirage. But at the end, it still got very close, very back and forth, 16-14. Nothing comes easy. And even though NIP have been having a very good showing in the series so far, sometimes it is these teams, these unexpected teams that you haven't seen too much of yet, which makes them actually perhaps an even more difficult opponent.
Astra, nearly finding Zaya. This is always such an exciting AWP head-to-head. Kiara now tucking in with the toilets. I think her gun barrel actually protrudes out there, so it needs to be careful. Astra's taken the first contact anyway, so it shouldn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Oh, perfect time to fall back as well. The Spirit have got control towards long. Kiara aware. Flash in. Oh, look at Zaya. Oh. Astra's not ready. Important opening.
And immediately turning up the heat. They're going quickly. Good flash, but oh, well, not quite. Sunset blind for the first one. And now Kiara still holding her ground. But pauliiee now already here with the backup. And maybe now the defense coming alive at the perfect timing. That's the bomb dropped. And that is trouble ahead here for Team Spirit.
Oh, Moraltis does deal with Kiara. But her damage has been felt on the server. Flashbang up high. Doesn't blind jenkon. Important round for NIP to win. And once they discover that it's going to be the long play, once Astra gets found out by the boost, it's Kiara on a swivel. First kill in towards toilet, important, because it cuts out that extra layer and then spins around, repositions a little bit wider. Very important triple kill. Team
Spirit actually go for a force buy. Ultimately, you Tynka, for example, on very low money. You're just gonna have to pull something out, and actually, Boost gets caught. It's good damage dealt upon Nayomy already, and seeing how impactful she has been, definitely a good chunk of damage already.
Zaya held for Kiara. Significant impact so far in this second half. pauliiee tries to follow up with a spam, but Moraltis is already leaving short. At least that control has been gathered by Spirit. Now they look to reset. Only a stone's throw away from short. Because in actual fact, they want to regroup. They want to fight forward and try an MB.
Flashbang comes through. Kiara goes to jump peek. No one actively spotted, but there is a lot of presence still here. And in fact, Kiara moves a little bit further back. A bit hesitant. Where you want to stay? You want to maintain this presence over on B, and they look perhaps to peek into Monster instead. But still, no one showing skin. It's all a bit of false sense of security. And Kiara, I think, will now move actually back on the back of that. Needs to come back, and the timing works out perfectly for Team Spirit. But now, if this Horde can be good, that's 2 more kills. Once again, the twin duo is delivering, and now only 15 seconds left.
Yeah, needs to plant the bomb. Astra's holding for the cross. This should always be an NIP round, and it will be. I really like that, though. Spirit, they tuck until the last possible moment, and it's misinformation which causes rotates up towards the A bomb site. But Nayomy, important multi-kill. Kiara with a double herself. NIP, okay. Start to lay some foundations, but is this too little too late? Because it's 14-6. With this eco, you can presume that it's going to be 14-7. They're still half of the scoreline behind Spirit.
Yeah, there's so much more work to be done here, but it's a good start. It's a good sign of life here. Astra getting some free eco frags any day of the week. That's 3 already. Looking for more. Well, that's number 4. Is it going to be an ace? Well, that gets the knife, but still, nice job. Keeping your cool, not getting overwhelmed, and it's clean. So NIP getting themselves a bit of a buffer now to work with, which can be crucial. If you still want to actually crawl back, if you can shut it down once more, then we can get talking, because then the gap will become a little bit smaller once again.
Yeah, it's important to build your bank on rounds like that, because it means even if you lose some players but convert the round, you can still reinvest. Maybe it's the change of pace. Oh, Spirit. They might just burst their way into B, try and test the defense of jenkon and Nayomy. pauliee's got good ground out towards long, alongside Astra. Rotations need to come in soon because Spirit, oh, they're running in.
They're hearing all of this noise, but at the same time, the flashbangs are on point. Nayomy is still alive, but only good for 1. The crunch came in at the perfect timing. So Team Spirit look very well coordinated, but there's a flank on the way. pauliiee, maybe if the timing works out, we could get this going. But honestly, it is very tricky. 3 on 4, and you need this round ultimately because you're so far behind. But with every kill that Team Spirit is picking up here, it gets trickier by the second. And I think, yeah, 2 on 4, it's best to save.
Yeah, because Astra can now drop weapons. 1 over towards pauliiee. That's a really nice change of pace to come out. When your back's up against the wall, Spirit, they go in. The flashbang's absolutely perfect. jenkon doesn't have a chance. And then as soon as Nayomy takes contact on Monster, that's when your short player swings. Really nice protocol coming in. And it gets them that 15th. It gets them map point. NIP, they need 8 in a row, and that's only for overtime to be a consideration.
A very big task ahead, but what a statement. Ultimately, you know, Ninjas in Pajamas took the map pick of Spirit, but that was a very close affair. It was 16-14, and out here on Overpass, which is supposed to be their map pick. they are losing quite hard as we are speaking right now. I would have thought that Team Spirit was going to be the team to shake things up here for NIP. But it's very interesting, and it shows that there is so much life within the scene, which is always exciting to see. Now, what more can NIP do? We still have Astra horning out as soon as that smoke fades. That's the first, but instead gets tagged up by herself, and now she's in a bit of trouble. Oh, it's a collateral! With a bit of luck, a team flash there from Zaya. So they keep their cool, but sometimes a bit of luck is all you need.
Huge. Absolutely huge from Astra. Now the reset. And Kiara's aware. Holding for this long position. They're going to contact round the corner. They're going to need to clear it. It's layered, but they line up. Kiara with the double. Now it's difficult. Now it's very difficult for Zaya. A couple of kills would go a long way. Because the economy, it is quite weak for NIP, but with 25 seconds left, your options are quite limited. Bomb on her back, sure. But creeping forward, it always feels destined to be an NIP round. Can she get a kill on the way out? No, Kiara will handle her.
It's very, very nice. With it clean as well. And for Spirit, Money's in a bit of a difficult position right now, but this is the moment. Astra still lining both of them up. Ultimately, I think on the back of Flashman, you're just hoping to get one at that point. But the fact that they line up, well, sometimes you get a bit of a gift for free. But now, what more can you do?
Oh.
Most likely, NIP will get to 9. Not sure what happened. Maybe a bit of a team knife accident happening.
Bit of a love tap. It's fine. It happens. Camaraderie amongst friends. Tynka working with a little bit less in this round. Tech 9s. One flashbang for Zaya. That is it. NIP, this looks like a commanding position to be in terms of the round. If you take a look at it in isolation, I think for NIP, you can't look at the top of the scoreboard. You got to play this round by round. Take each one as it comes. Make sure you succeed. Because remember, you have come back before.
So much information gathered. Kiara being patient.
No way.
That is a kill to be getting. Astra will deliver, though. Needs to be careful that she's not going to be succumbing to these pistols. Moraltis grabs one, and these Astra will fire right back. And now Jenkon with one more. Not expecting another to be so close. But the trade maintain up on the table. Sunside, what is happening? It keeps flipping back and forth. And now it's Sunside. The bomb being planted. And she's in a very good spot to deal with this.
Needs to get on the bomb. Holding for bank. Oh, Astra's just going to stick it. And it's being held. It's done. NIP will get it, but what an expensive round. Even losing the AWP at the very end. Yeah, sure, there's money. And of course, you have to buy each and every round, but that is so dangerous.
It's insane how these pistols are able to do so much. And here, immediately, grabbing up the knife, not expecting someone to follow up and to trade. So, just shows with how, I guess, comfortable NIP have been feeling and not expecting so much pressure to be up on the table. But now, NIP, they know that Team Spirit is up on a full buy once again this round. And ultimately, the 6 that are coming here, you need to be winning them. Every single one of them.
Astra can rebuy the AWP, which is the most important thing. Zaya has got one of her own. Peeking. Oh, can't see anything. Actually burns alive a little bit in the Molotov. Spam, really good. Moraltis does significant damage on towards Jenkon. This round looks
Here
pretty
goes.
solid. Yeah, sorry. This round looks a lot solid because, NIP take control out towards short, and then Astra does find the opener.
It's very important. So NIP noticed that it's very quiet for the time being. And immediately looking to find an opening, find a response, grab that intel. So now with that kill over towards B, you can see how many eyes are still up on the B side. Instead, that bomb is making his way slowly towards A. And even though there's some jump spotting action going on, Xayah won't quite hit that. Oh, not quite the jump either, which is a bit rough. Now I think the hit has been spotted, but I think on the flip side as well. So you can see an immediate repositioning, pauliiee answering back with a bit of fire.
Yeah, perfect. 30 seconds left. Jammy now looks to probe in towards Monster. Nayomy. Does find Jammy. And now with 20 seconds left, I think you just save here if you're Spirit. I don't think you can really go for this. And yeah, that's the call. Keep the AWP on Xayah. Keep the AKs healthy. It will be double digits found for NIP, but slowly but surely they are building their way back in. Spirit, they just need one.
Rest can buy back up. You know, yeah, the pressure is still there for both teams. If you're Spirit, you sort of need to close it out because you don't have money for days here. So every single time that you can afford that buy, you need to make a count. And on the same side of NIP, you're still within the territory to close it out to 0, but it would take such a massive effort. Good nade. Moraltis is able to dodge most of it though, as Kiara goes for a bit of a peek in towards connector, but Tynka's holding it, and Moraltis grabs that kill upon jenkon. Not good for another, so there is a bit of fire back coming out of NIP.
Yeah, but NIP, they don't need to overextend here. They're taking liberties. Really risky play to come out. I guess it's to try and blindside Spirit. But think about what's been working. You don't need to change anything up at the moment. Double push now in towards short for NIP. That's to reclaim some information. Astra feeling a little bit of pressure. She's actually early, smokes toilets.
Keep in mind, there's not that much left in the hands of NIP here to work with. And this timing though, it works out in favor of NIP. Numbers even out. And Team Spirit go back towards the B side. If they go and cross, not sure if it is actively being held here. There we go. Xayah actually goes down. Great timing. And now that means the rotation needs to come on through. They're a bit hesitant to walk out connector. So Team Spirit might still have a good shot of getting this bomb planted.
Yeah, Astra will come in through heaven. Tynka and Sunside. Can they close out the map right here, right now? Sunside needs to be careful because she's currently stuck between Monster. They're going to double swing this together. It's so clever, but Nayomy and pauliiee combine. And the retake it is successful. NIP will climb their way up to 11.
Yeah, already the numbers game was in favor of NIP, but ultimately cutting up some rotations and dictated the pace, having a map control, and Spirit completely set out mid. Nothing that they can do with that part of the map, and as soon as they crawl back, Ninjas seem to be one step ahead. Of course, 4 more to be getting here, and there is actually, because of the loss bonus, another buy up on the table here from Team Spirit.
Oh, Spirit, not again. Not like this. Can't fall at the final hurdle, surely, for a second time in the series. Flashbangs out. Xayah going for an aggressive peek. Nearly lands the shot on towards Kiara. But look at this stack. There's 4 players on B right now for NIP.
Spirit are looking to respond quite immediately, though. Send that bomb away from there and try and see if you can make some magic happen towards middle, or perhaps even long. Actually, all of them, all of Team Spirit have diverted away. So if NIP get a bit hungry, go for a push, get that information, could become very dicey. real soon. Now Astra is holding out here in bathroom, also out for a rotation, knowing of course where they've been spotted, but that's the gun barrel, and with that a kill upon Moraltis.
Oh, I'm not sure about Astra hanging around here, but if she finds a second, I guess she'll make me eat my words. I just don't like the fact that Sunside can just walk through this smoke here and find Astra. There's a slight gap in it. She's trying to exploit it. Sees the gun barrel. Immediate trade. Tynka finds another. Kiara, now tucked in, has to deal with two angles. Goes up. Finds Jammy. And now she's stuck in. And Sunside deals with her. 2 versus 2. And the incendiary doesn't spread. But Zaya is still caught out by jenkon.
That's Sunside. 28 HP. Maybe they're going to be lining up here. Both of them hoping to swing it together. That's the first, but an immediate trade. jenkon will deliver. Will keep NIP in this. And we are definitely in for a ride here. Because right now, Team Spirit once again will have another shot. There's so much loss bonus for the T side. But NIP, they continue fighting.
They keep building back in. And Astra, this is what I was worried about. But she actually finds Tynka. And that's the difference maker in the end. Kiara, good target selection. Knows that she has to deal with the players crossing towards site to allow the rotations from B to come up on over. And it comes into the 1 versus 1. It's ever so close. But NIP just about hold on.
Oh boy. This is right now. 5 rounds being won in a row by NIP. And ultimately, this is 8 rounds in this second half, which is very, very impressive. Good turnaround, but now you need 3 more. Moraltis goes for a bit of an expedition over towards short. But not with the door being closed, makes things a bit difficult. No connector control. That's done by her teammate instead. And maybe they could boost up, but this boost has been done before. Only now, they're not actively spotting it out.
And also not peeking for it. Very deliberate positioning coming out of NIP. Flashbang over at long as well as they look to take space over on that extremity. But that means that B is slightly less reinforced than it normally is. Connector door opens. That's an audio as well.
Exactly. And how will NIP respond? There's 40 seconds left. That means Team Spirit will have to make a move soon to get the reinforcement of Astra in. And I think that might just be the right guess. That bomb is lurking on short. Sure, with the connector control that is still present, you still have a player over towards bathroom. But jenkon, oh my god, goes in aggressive. Gets that 1 kill, almost another as well. And with Astra already being here, there's another player in water. Trouble is up ahead once again for Team Spirit.
That's the bomb dropped right in the middle of the open. Sunside needs to reclaim it, but that's why Nayomy steps in. And Jammy was going for the flank the entire time. And I'll be honest, whilst that does look scary, the reason why they flash jenkon forward is not only to gather information, but as soon as she takes contact, that's a distraction. There's pieces that they can now rotate for NIP. Yet again, it's all by design. And jenkon finding that 1 kill, it is essential. 2 steps for NIP for overtime. 1 for Spirit to make it to Inferno. This looked said and done. I was ready to write this off and go to the side of map, but NIP are sticking in it. Look at the mental fortitude.
And look at the bio that Team Spirit have for this round. They are deciding to just go for a bit of a half one. Jammy, of course, will have the saved AK. But because of some of the others are a bit lower on money, they go for Tech 9s and a few flashes here and there, but that's it. I think the noise has been heard though, so they need to be extremely careful. Astra on a bit of an off angle, good for 1 kill, needs to fall back, but has to back up with Kiara here.
Oh yeah, but they can't get overwhelmed. Oh, a team kill. That's devastating. NIP want to stand and fight. And Team Spirit the same. And it goes the full 30, as it did in Mirage, but with different implications on the line. Overtime or a decider map, all found out in the next 1 minute and 55 seconds.
It's insane. I never would have thought that this was possible. Team Spirit had everything lining up for themselves and now are struggling to close it out. so many rounds in a row right now here for NIP. And if they can do one more, that's the job done. That's the momentum and the mental game all in your favor heading into overtime. Now Astra setup has to look away. That's the opening, but jenkon is good for a double kill. Maybe even more. Maybe just single-handedly kept NIP in this map.
Oh, jenkon, right when it matters most. Delivers with a hat-trick of kills towards Monster. And Xayah versus Free does have the bomb. So that's not a consideration. That's not part of a side quest for the bigger picture. Molly's over towards short to try and entice a peek in. 1 minute left. Plenty of time for her to work with. But NIP look dead set on overtime.
And I can't even imagine, because entering with an AWP in hand is very difficult. All your util has been thrown. At least you got the bomb on your back. The setup is good. You have jenkon on the close angle. There's Kiara holding this. And there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to overtime. And this is insane. Just keep in mind that it was a 4-11 half. And Team Spirit struggling over here on that T side. We're just going to continue as well. So NIP, if they can grab 1, 2, maybe even all 3 of them here on CT side, how will Team Spirit answer?
They just won 8 rounds in a row. They just won 11 rounds out of the last 12. NIP. Are you serious right now? Guys, we're going. Hello? Kiara's gone.
Oh, I think
pause?
This is... Yeah, this... I would reckon that they're going to be calling a pause to come out.
This needs to be called now, surely. It's live. It's live. No, it's not.
Okay,
no,
there we go. Moraltis backs off. I think they're being called, or it has been called.
Okay, thank goodness.
Oh, I was scared for a good second.
Yeah, not live. No damage has been taken. Everyone's on 100. We're okay. We can reset the round. It looks like we've got a little bit of a technical because the cameras were kind of disabled. Players not moving. Astra jenkon didn't realize. They were ready to go.
Yeah, just going full force. Totally in the zone. Grabbing a bit of water, staying hydrated. But yeah, it's going the distance. And it's going to be definitely taking a lot of strength here from both squads. If you're NIP, this is your shot right here, right now, to close it out. And for Team Spirit, oh man, you were so close. And if this is the way you're going to be losing it, that is going to sting a lot.
All right, that's fine. That doesn't count. It's a little bit of an anomaly, but it's fine. This happens sometimes in Counter-Strike. It's a little bit of a pause. We'll get it resolved as soon as possible, and then we can jump straight back into the action. It gives us time to set the scene for overtime, Veerless. As you've been mentioning already, it's 1st to 19. It's $12,500 per player. And we can kind of see the player cams here as well. Astra looking cool, calm, and composed. Especially after that comeback. That's pretty insane.
It is. It really is. And if I'm like looking at the scoreboard as well, I mean, everyone is sort of delivering and doing their bit. We have Nayomy, Kiara, Astra really delivering well on the NIP side. On the flip side, Sunside and Moraltis, also Tynka, everyone is doing their bit. And I don't think necessarily not anyone is sort of lacking behind. You know, jenkon was a bit quiet, but then she pulled off that insane round in regulation. The very last one, but it was so crucial. So even though she has a bit less kills, the ones that she does get are super impactful.
I mean, yeah, there's your experienced player stepping up when it matters most. Final round of the game, a triple spray down, exceptional from jenkon. You can see the reactions on players' faces. Spirit look a little bit dejected, and I don't blame them for feeling that way because it's been incredible comebacks. Not once, but twice. I honestly thought that Spirit were going to do it. I thought they were going to force us to Inferno. They played so well. Such good Counter-Strike. But on the CT side, it has just been a masterclass from NIP. And just when you think they can't come back, they do it again.
Yeah, and keep in mind as well, you know, it was on the flip side, you know, immediately Team Spirit managed to win that pistol. Got 3 rounds in a row. But after that, it was only a single round on the back of a bomb plant, and that was it. After that, it's just been NIP day every single round, and it's insane. It also shows that NIP, even though we were sort of all thinking it was going to be over, they weren't thinking that. They kept their heads cool. Still a bit surprised with the lack of timeouts here and there, because I thought there were perhaps even more going to be called. But I guess, you know, they have the plans. They are prepared.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree. I thought there'd be more timeouts, especially on that T side. But obviously on the CT side, when you're winning rounds in a row, you don't really need to call one. So I'm just in awe. I'm honestly amazed. There's a cat in the background there.
Love that. Oh, just chilling.
Wild Pikachu as well on the back of the chair. Kind of looks a bit squished.
A little bit. I think it's a hat, actually.
Yeah, I think I've actually got the same one. Yeah, I do.
If we're gonna have an interview or even in our post show, I demand the Pikachu hat.
Potentially, I could put it on the back of my chair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Unfortunately,
yeah,
I don't have.
It is a hat.
I don't have a hat, but I do have a Jigglypuff right behind me, so I can grab that one.
Fine. I mean, we're sticking with the theme. I saw on the NA stream we got the cowboy hats for CLG Red. They were all wearing those yesterday, and then Tom and Nayomy had the Easter Bunny outfits, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
We love that. We like to have fun here, but we also
like to have fun.
Like to think about what could have been. You got to bear in mind, just looking at the implications of this group, it's vital that NIP win this match because it keeps them in contention. Not only just finishing in the higher echelons, trying to qualify for the LAN finals, but it's also the fact that they could finish top of the group. They could win every single game. They've got a big one coming up next week against Bigger Keeper. No pun intended. But for Team Spirit, bearing in mind that they've not actually won a single game in Group A because it's been stacked. Look at how well they're playing.
Yeah, this is really nice. And I guess, you know, we do have to cut up some slack because last time around they were playing with a stand-in and they couldn't really play on top of their game. So I was really hoping that, you know, now that they've been sort of easing in towards the season, because keep in mind this is a fairly new roster, that with a bit of time, that they're going to be blossoming. And today might just be that day. But it's scary. If NIP actually lose this entire best of 3, then what's going to happen? Because we sort of calculated them being in a potential 3-way tie on the back of them winning today, and then they could afford perhaps a loss next week against Bigger Keeper. But you don't want to be having it all coming down to that very last map, not after having beaten the Titan that is Nickbird Galaxy already.
Well, tell you what, let's discuss those implications if we get there. Because right now, we can't count Spirit out. 15-15, everything's reset. We've got the money. We've got the time. It's a best of 6. First to 19. Moraltis takes good ground over towards short. Bomb being positioned. Oh, over towards Monster, but pauliiee on the jump spot knocks out Moraltis.
Already, the tone has been set. NIP are demanding answers out of Team Spirit. Smoke will be fading. Maybe an opportunity ahead. They do stop with peeking. Oh no! Actually, they just go for it once again. But instead, Xayah is missing that. And the opportunity that was there has now gone to waste.
Yeah, flashbang overshot. Jenkon trying to set herself up for a pop, but it misses. Xayah doesn't capitalize. 4 versus 5, 40 seconds left, and with the amount of information that Kiara's got, with the flank beginning, and again, the jump spot by pauliiee, this has to be a B commitment, and Kiara can unravel all of this.
It was just a bit of a peekaboo action. Jammy hopes to make something work with a counter boost, but obviously NIP has all that intel, and look where Kiara is. Goes unspotted, good for one. Looks for even more, but she just keeps them busy. And as we say that, it's only 10 seconds left. They're cleaned up. And NIP, they just completely toy around with team spirit here. Dictate the pace and make sure that there is no map control whatsoever for the T's.
What a round from Kiara. The amount of information she gets. She pushes all the way through, finds nothing. NIP can then stack on towards B, holding all their utility because they're not finding any pressure. pauliiee even just domes Moraltis through the wood paneling. But it's Kiara to delay, find the time, and now, finally, we see aggression coming out from NIP. ASTRA finds Tynka, but Xayah nearly hits the trade. Oh.
That was close. But Nayomy is still alive. And we have seen over on Mirage, even though there were players all on 2, 6, 8 HP, they still managed to clutch. They're going to be boosting up jenkon once again. A bit of a different boost this time around. No one actively spotted for the time being. Certainly Team Spirit are a bit more aware that that is a possibility. They play it a bit more safe. And ASTRA tucked in the bathroom won't be spotting out a Jammy who's lurking about just yet. But maybe if patience pays off, it could work in her favor.
Jammy's about to come around this corner. ASTRA strikes, and Kiara repositions. Bomb has actually made its way here as well. There's so much noise. ASTRA's just shooting to buy some time, but Kiara can't find anything. Xayah also deals with jenkon. But ASTRA finds Sunside. 3 versus 3. 30 seconds left. Spirit trying to hit A. And ASTRA, that was the opportunity. Could have found Jammy, not quite. Low HP, though. pauliiee steps up to the plate.
Players are low on both sides. But it's a 2-on-2. And look again. 10 seconds. A very tricky side. But at least the smoke will make it a bit more possible. But Jammy overextends. And that is Nayomy grabbing the kill on Xayah. Ultimately, you know that the last one is there up on the side in the smoke. So a good spray right on through. And NIP just continued the streak that they've been having. And now I'm just going to be checking real quick. Because, oh, okay, never mind. HLTV has lucky but reset the scoreboard. So I can't unfortunately look at what was the last round that Spirit have won. But it has been a very long time.
I think it's 10 or 11 in a row.
Oh no.
We tried.
We tried.
We did. I'm pretty sure it's 10 or 11. What a molly, by the way. I think that was thrown in by Nayomy. Literally wins the round based off that. ASTRA now peeking. Oh, and finding. And she escapes through the smoke. And Kiara's holding for Xayah.
Looks so dominant right now. They are so hungry for that victory. And already with 2 kills up, this round is once again looking good.
Wow. Even more. 5 versus 2. Kiara does get tickled. That is an audio cue. Given up to Spirit, but the flashbang back in. Kiara deals with Jammy. No way, surely not a flawless round in the last round of the half in OT. Tynka in a 1 versus 5. It feels so dangerous. 3-pin in. ASTRA will deal. Look at that. Flawless. Absolutely flawless from NIP. And now they have 3 series points.
Insane. What a comeback this is. Ultimately, you know, you still need to make it happen. But you have a very good shot, and this has been a long time coming. Team Spirit had their map points up for a very long time, and
It's 15-7.
15-7 to 15-18. Wow, it is 11 rounds then in a row. Insane. And now NIP just one away. Can they deliver though? Because they're T-side. They have been struggling on it. They're looking for openings, and it goes their way. Jammy is immediately out, but there's some answers. Tynka is fighting along Zaya. So those play over in connector, those are gone.
Oh, good stuff. NOP, they're playing such good Team CS on the defense. And now on the offense, you find the opener, but you all peek one by one. Fantastic response from Tynka. Swings in short. Team Spirit finally post a round back on the board, but they have to do it now 2 more times in a row. Otherwise, NIP win the series in 2 maps.
Oh my god. Just imagine if Team Spirit though can crawl back. It's just a game of the CT side, so it's just an infinity loop. I mean, it could be happening. Would take a lot of resilience and willpower here coming out of Team Spirit, but never say never. They're on the way to perhaps fight for this long, as there's 3 players waiting. Zaya though, oh, a bit of a missed shot, and with that attack right upon her, she's about to be put under so much pressure, and both of them are completely blind. What a way to entry over on long, and maybe this is the beginning of the end.
Insane impact from Kiara. Absolutely unbelievable. NIP, they are just 3 kills away from winning the series. Down such a deficit in Mirage. Down an even tighter margin on Overpass. Jenkon, creeping, crawling, has found the timing, but can't get the kill on Moraltis.
Very important one for her to be getting. But still, this A side is about to be put under a lot of pressure. There's still so much util left in the hands of NIP. So if there's going to be smokes and Molotovs flying about, how will Team Spirit react? Are they going to be forcing through? Sunside is thinking about it. And that will ask some backup from her teammate. But Tynka goes down. At least Sunside will grab 2. Maybe she can single-handedly do it, but no. Astra will grab the final kill. And NIP have conquered and taken this best of 3. Still in a 2-0 fashion.
What more can NIP show us here in Group A? They have beaten the best women's team in the world, Enigma Galaxy, over on...